Maurice, the CEO of African Route Travel. He's a very knowledgeable man, a Black American for the fact, and he's been very very impactful as far as impact making and the youth is concerned. So he will speak to us for 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes, and our time is very of essence to us. So, Mr. Morris, you have the floor. Mr. Mo.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Benjamin. And shout out to the Rising Impact Foundation. I'm so happy that you are bringing uh, Ghana together to discuss making an impact and making a difference. Today, I just want to keep it simple and talk about the past, the present, and the future. Who am I? My name is Barry Maurice Chatham. I'm a Ghanaian American. My father was born and raised in Jamestown. My grandmother's house is in Monprobe. I grew up in America. My father passed 10 years ago. I came to bury him first time in Ghana, and 2 years later, I moved. So I officially have lived in Ghana for 8 years. Initially, when I came to Ghana, uh, didn't know the culture, didn't know the customs of the guys, didn't understand language, didn't understand anything. I started a travel tour company after Roots Travel. Oh, I'm sorry. Did someone say something? Or something? Started in Ghana, creating cultural experiences. As that company grew, we realized we wanted to make an impact, that we had to give back to Ghana's youth and make a difference. Uh, my first project started. I have a house in Bawe, Bawe Zero to be exact. I was sitting down. I was sitting in front of my house. And some of these things are more prone to Black Americans, but I do want to speak to them. There's a beautiful little girl who's my neighbor. She's carrying her doll, and I asked her to see her doll, and her doll was white and it was dirty. Now, I don't mean to offend anybody, but we take offense to that. Why should a young sister like that, at that developmental stage, have a white doll that does not promote beauty or self empowerment to herself? So I bought her a doll. I posted it on Facebook, and the overwhelming support I got to complete this project was crazy. Friends from all over. So at that time, we did Baby Like Me doll project, where we gifted girls in Ghana from Kumasi to Cape Coast, to Brangahafo, of course, to Accra, and even in the Volta. We held Baby Like Me doll days, which were events where we invited all the girls, and we would gift them dolls, and we have them do pledges. The goal of that project was to promote self-empowerment and appreciation of self-beauty. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your skin. Be proud to be a Ghanaian. Be proud to be Black. More importantly, we gave away about 1,000 baby dolls. We gave about 1,000 baby dolls over about 3 to 4 years. The project is still continuing, so we start off with that. Through our travel tour company, we would go to schools, um, and we would donate. We would donate backpacks, pens, paper, everything. But we didn't see that making sustainable impact. We thought the kids almost took it for granted. So we partnered with Jack and Jill in 2023, um, moving on to 2023, and we started the African STEM Academy. That's Monprobe Basic School. What we believed is that in order to provide Ghana Youth a foundation, we have to position them in fields which is STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, to be competitive on a worldwide basis. So we partnered with the government school. We built a full computer lab, a full STEM lab, computers, projectors, everything. And we implemented STEM. So we operate with them 2 days a week at my Proby Basic School, and we hold STEM classes. We do coding, we do drones, we do robotics. And let me be clear the reason of this. Like I said, my father's from Bukum, uh, made it to America and did succeed. But I know that he did not succeed by himself. My grandmother sold tomatoes in Mokola. So I know it's a community that helped my father make it to America. So me coming back, his son, I have to understand I have to pour into Ghanaian youth what I can for them to be successful because it's given back through my father for those who helped him. So we currently have 55 students. We currently have 55 students, like I said, 2 days a week. The kids are doing a beautiful job. We know that these programs are not offered at basic school, so they pay nothing. We've just honored at the American Embassy for a special lecture. The kids that went on field trips, they were honored by the Ghana government, GIPC, and the Beyond the Return. And our kids are thriving. They're thriving. We see the self confidence in them. We have a couple programs. So we have our after school program that operates Mondays and Wednesdays for 3 hours a week. And like I said, that's when they do their coding. That's when they do their drones. That's when they do their robotics. They learn those lessons. We actually partner with IoT, which is a Ghana vendor here. They're doing a great job. And then we have our vacation summer camps. We know in the areas of Choco, Jamestown, even Monprobe, that teenage pregnancy is high. So we need to keep our kids engaged in STEM. So during vacation times, we'll hold 5 to 7 day vacation camp where they can come continue to learn about STEM and engage. Because as you know, it's within our communities, most kind of communities. If you go home talking to your mother about robotics or what you learned in STEM, she's going to look at you like you're crazy. So we want to keep them engaged. We also operate an adventure series. We know that our kids need to get out and they need exposure. We can't keep them in the communities. So we operate adventure series. We take them on field trips. They've been to University of Ghana East Legon. They have been to a lot of you. I don't know if you know is they actually have STEM centers at Accra High School. So they have one at Accra High. We have 3D printers and everything. So we take them to get exposed as well. Another subject that we do is we have certain kids that really excel. Those are rising scholars, so we have to put extra effort on them. They come and they do Saturday classes where they get extra tutoring. And one of the main things that we're happy at, we just don't focus on the Africa STEM Academy. We have something called Africa STEM Day, Fun Day. We're going to certain communities. And what we do is we provide a festival type situation for the youth in the community based on drone presentations, based on STEM interaction, based on robotics. And we create a party. We bring out bouncies, we bring out food, we invite everybody. We've done it in Bawe, we've done it in Monprobe, we've done it in Cape Coast. And what we try to do is, even with some of the parents, is make them engaged in STEM. The main reason why we are doing this, once again, let me be clear in my mind, the world is closed. The days of our uncles and aunties getting visas to America when it was easy in the 70s and the 80s and early 90s is over. There are no more visas. How do we prepare our kids to engage and excel in a field that's growing where they need workers? That is technology. That is data warehouse management. That is coding. That is robotics. That is drone aviation. And we don't have to have the brain drain. You don't have to go to America. You don't have to go to Europe or the UK. You can stay right here and work remotely. I have a mentor myself. His name is Kevin Williams. He operates Afrium Consulting. This is a call center that's located in Osu at the Impact Hub. They have over 300 workers that are Ghanaians who are calling to America using AI, collecting debt. So, and they make a good wage and living. So that's our foundation. That's why we started the Africa STEM Academy. Open to take questions. Just want to tell you a little bit about my program and what I do. Thank you. No questions?
Thank you very, 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 very much, Mr. Mo. Thank you very much. This is very insightful. Then, as the initiatives about the STEM, and then how you started, where you're from, the background, and what motivates you, what inspired you. Talking about the girl that you saw when you were sitting close to your door and everything, what inspired you. I think there are a lot of questions that I'm going to ask you today.
Oh, I'm open for them,
Yeah.
please.
So please, question time. If you have any question, kindly okay, hand up. Yes, I see your hand. I see Brother Ignatius. Brother Ignatius, you have the floor. You can ask.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Morris. Yo, thank you for the brief but very impactful um, 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 conversation you had with us. I wanted to ask. I know this Rise Impact Foundation is from Ghana, and I
Mhm.
and our vision is very wide. We know we are going to reach out to Africa, reach out to the world, and even as we are doing that, we are going to meet people that are Black Americans, just like you, or Black people that are from their roots from Africa but are in the diaspora. And then how do we deal with brain drain? How do we deal with things like that? Because I believe
Yeah.
that in Europe and or even in the diaspora, there are advanced technology, even as the world is now thriving more on technology. And there's advanced knowledge there and then equipment and stuff like that. Yes, we
Mhm.
want to make impact here individually or maybe from our within us. But one way or the other, you if you see somebody that is so advanced, wisdom will tell you to learn one or two from them. So even as our vision is to impact Africa, impact the world, we are going to meet people like you that is black. They're making so much impact out there, and to us, we believe they can also come to the motherland and make great impact. How do we deal with such things? A person that have that kind of things to pull them down to help build our own motherland, our own continent. Thank you.
Yeah. That's interesting because it has to do with this conference. When I met Benjamin, Benjamin was so engaging. I didn't even know he's a student. The more and more I got to know him, I realized how intelligent he was. Let me be clear. The world is focused on Africa. The world is focused on Ghana right now. 50% of the population is below 25. Okay, Ghanaians are educated, Ghanaians speak English, and they're hungry. Okay, so the world is already focused here. Okay, African Americans are already coming, Ghanaian Americans are already coming, your cousins are coming, and they want to contribute, they want to do good. Um, the question is when you say stop the brain drain. I am an individual who likes to follow models that are already improved. And I will say shout outs to the government of Ghana. They already took this lead in STEM. Okay. So if we look at India, what is India focused on? They're focused on technology because now they can work with corporations around the world to say, hey, we have a base of workers that can do the same work and do it better and excel. You don't have to bring them to the US and get them a visa, and you can pay them a great wage. So it should be a model that we follow from India, who's a tech giant. Nigeria is starting to excel as well. So this is not something is that I'm just teaching these kids is I'm teaching them critical thinking skills so they can develop, to get Microsoft certifications. So eventually we can get them other certifications. And they can provide for their moms and dads in their community. And they have a skill that's being recruited around the world. Let me be clear. Why do you think that Google just opened up a headquarters here? Google just opened up a headquarters in Ghana. Why do you think that is? They know something that we don't. They know that they are going to need, and I say sub-Saharan Africans. I don't say anything. I'm not talking about Algeria. I'm not talking about Morocco. I'm not talking about Tunisia. I'm talking about sub-Saharan Africa. They know they're going to need you to grow technology. They know they're going to need you to grow AI. So we have to make sure that our kids are educated in these fields where now they can be recruited to work and they can stay right here and build Ghana. So I hope I asked you a question about the brain drain. Um, you have
Yes, sir.
to you have to make sure you're in a field that is being recruited go globally. I'm gonna say some harsh things because I know we have plenty of graduates, and I think that every profession has its means. I majored in criminal justice, but if you want to be recruited globally, sociology is not going to get it. Psychology is not going to get it. There are certain fields that we do because we want to make an impact. But if you want to be in this world space and you want to change the world for our youth, you're gonna have to focus to that. Now, like I said, I will give a shout out to the government of Ghana. The government of Ghana has taken the lead. They have opened up 13, I think anywhere about 15 to 13, 15 to 20 STEM schools in different areas that focus on STEM. Ghanaian youth are so intelligent, and I forgot the school, I apologize, Ignatius, that they went and won a robotics competition in the US. They won it, or I think they placed first or third. They continuously place Ghanaian youth who are doing robotics right here, go to the United States and compete with the world. So imagine if we give them the foundation that's needed, what they can do. So I think it's easy to stop the brain drain. It's going to take a number of years because we are coming from a time, like I said, once again, is I don't know how my father got to America. He never discussed it with me before he passed. I'm sure it was something illegal, but the days of getting American visas are over. you're no longer going to get them. It is a waste of time. You may make it to the UK, you may make it to Germany, but will you be hired? My father always told me when he retired, he did very well for himself. But when he came back and met his friends, my father, when he came back and met his friends who stayed in Ghana and they rose up. My father retired. My father was a worker. His friends owned businesses. And that's the difference. Believe in Ghana, invest in Ghana, and apply yourself is to learn skills and teach the youth skills that they can be recruited as opposed to looking for a job. So that's my answer. I'm sorry, Ignatius. It's a long answer. Stop the brain drain. Apologize about that.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Any other
Okay.
question? Okay, I can't see a hand up. There's a hand up.
I don't see one.
Okay, I think I see one. The
Okay.
word experts. Please, your question. You have the floor.
How are you,
Hello,
brother?
Mr. Moore.
Yo, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Cool. I'm okay.
We thank God for His grace. I have one question.
Yes.
We as youths, we are coming up, and one of the desire that we have is to make impact in Africa, especially Ghana. The question I want to ask is, what are the attitude that you think we require to thrive as a youth who have decided to make impact, not just in Ghana, but um, all around the world? So, thank you for the question.
Yeah. I would like to reiterate that the world is coming to Ghana. For the Black diaspora, when I talk about America, I talk about UK, I talk about Europe, is things are changing. Why do you think you have December in Ghana? I can't tell you through my travel tour companies how many times I get calls about individuals we host who want to visit. Okay. I just hosted for Okba. He is the VP of Amazon of Human Resources. He's Ghanaian American. He's Ghanaian American. So when I say this is when we understand where Ghana is positioned, you have to take this serious is because there will be changes for the next generation and things will open up. What I ask each one of you to do is mentor a young person. Mentor a young person. Taught them what you've learned is and try to guide them. So we multiply this effect. Because the number one thing is when these corporations come here, or if you think of, well, let's just stick with corporations is, they're going to need multiple people with critical thinking skills. And I want to be very clear about this, I think critical thinking skills. You going to, I don't want to be offensive, is you going to UCC and getting a degree and not knowing how to critically think and have a conversation about what you learned is not going to qualify you for the global workforce. Okay. Anybody can go to college and take a test and write a paper. Can you apply what you learned to real world situations? So I'll take this as, and I'm a little bit off, but I do want to discuss this. In STEM, what we realize too is with our program that we have to provide challenges to our kids that affect the neighborhood. We can talk about building bridges, we can talk about coding, but how does it help out the market seller that's right in front of the school? Okay. How does it help her design a system to assist her business? So one of the things that we did is we built, I'm sorry, hello? One of the things we did is that we built, we help the kids code. It's a receptacle, okay? It's a receptacle that is, it's initiated by someone waving their hand over it and the actual receptacle lifting up so people can put trash in it. That's something that applies to real world situations. So, first of all, I would say mentor the youth. First of all, I would say is engage yourself in critical thinking to solve Ghana problems, to make Ghana better. And third of all, I would say is just lend a helping hand. Okay, that's it.
Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very much. That's insightful. Before Mr. Mo leaves, I'll share a story. I remember
Yeah.
I was working at where Mr. Moore is living his apartment at Kokomlemle. And one time he called me. He said, Ben, I want to print out this letter, but my printer is giving me issues. So Mr. Moore asked me, what caused that error? I said, oh, I read chemistry. He said, so you have to think analytically and find ways and means to solve it. And by the grace of God, I didn't disgrace myself. I mean, I was able to help him solve the problem. Get so, like he's saying, what you learn in school and how you're able to apply it. It's not about the theory thing, no, how you're able to apply it. And one thing that he said that is very dear to my heart, and I'm taking it home, is that mentor somebody. Mentor somebody. So where at the point that you've gotten to, you have a degree, you have masters, mentor somebody. Even in our PhD system, before you can thrive or go higher, you have to write a book. Why are you writing the book? You're writing the book to help somebody to reach where you've gotten to. So before you can get to a point or a peak in life, you have to help somebody. You have to raise somebody. And that is nature. You can't cheat nature. How many people have you helped that you want somebody to help you? You have to help somebody so that people also see you and then they help you. This is very powerful and insightful. Thank you, Mr. Mo. I salute
Thank
you
you.
for that. It really blazes.
Place my website inside of the chat. You can look it up, and I'll be sharing my information with Ben too. We look forward to partnering with Rise of Impact Foundation. We'll definitely be working with you soon. It'll be an honor. I also serve as the Vice President of the African American Association of Ghana, which is the Expat Association for African Americans. So thank you to everyone. And I would say today, wrapping this up, tomorrow, just look to talk to a young person, a youth, and empower them. That's how we start to rising and making an impact to start tomorrow. Thank you, brother. Peace.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Interesting. I've learned a lot.